Child, I'm not a lawyer, but let me tell you about this lawsuit of a woman civilly suing her husband's mistress for sleeping with her husband. Y'all been tagging me in this and I didn't know what it was, but I'm here now. So let's talk about this 14-page lawsuit that was filed by Akira Montague against social media influencer Brenay Kennard. Now, there are a couple key players in this lawsuit, and if you're new to this, you're gonna need the context. So this is Brenay, and according to the lawsuit, she has over 2 million followers on TikTok and over 300,000 on Instagram. And again, Brenay is the defendant in this case, or the one being sued. And then there's Akira, who is the plaintiff for this case, the one who filed the lawsuit, and her husband's name is Tim Montague. The two of them got married in October of 2018. They have 2 kids together, and according to the lawsuit, had a happy and loving marriage prior to the, quote, deliberate interference of the defendant, aka Brenay. And so now Akira and her husband Tim have been separated since March 14th, 2024. A little backstory on Akira and Brenay. The lawsuit says that they developed a close friendship because their husbands, Akira's husband Tim and Brenay's husband Devon, were close friends and also first cousins. The lawsuit says that they all treated each other like family, hung out with each other, and confided in each other. But Akira says that Brenay used the personal information that she gained from their friendship to turn around and seduce her husband. According to the suit, Akira's husband Tim was a sales manager and managed Brenay as a social media influencer. The suit claims that shortly after meeting Tim, Brenay engaged in behavior that was designed to, quote, seduce him and interfere with his marriage, including bending over while wearing very short skirts, flicking her tongue to expose her tongue rings in a flirtatious manner.
The angels bow down. Is my leg heavy? Is my leg heavy?
Verbally flirting, and some other stuff. The lawsuit says that Brenay would do cooking videos with all 4 of them, her husband Devon, Tim, and Akira. But then Akira says that Brenay started making posts with just Tim. It goes on to say that Tim and Brenay first engaged in intercourse in December of 2023 in the marital home at that lady's house. And Akira became aware of the affair in January of 2024 from a video of the two in her house. The lawsuit says that the 2 of them, Brenay and Tim, have exchanged several videos and messages, including a video where Brenay allegedly says she couldn't wait to have Tim's last name. Then goes on to say that Tim has abandoned Kiara and their children and left the marital home and moved into Brenay's townhouse. At this present time, Brenay continues her relationship with Akira's husband. She provides housing and financial support to him, including co-signing for the lease for the apartment where Tim currently lives. So he moved out of her townhouse, or he still live there? I'm confused. The lawsuit says that Brenay, quote, unlawfully gained the affections of Akira's husband, alienated his affections from her, and induced him to neglect her, their children, and his home. She has flaunted her affair and romantic relationship with the plaintiff's husband in public and private places, in and around friends and acquaintances of Akira's, and with the intent to humiliate the plaintiff. As a direct result of Brenay's actions, including sleeping with Akira's husband and excessive posting on social media, Akira has been deprived of the right to consortium, society, companionship, friendship, relations, aid and assistance, and economic and financial support of her own husband. Akira has suffered humiliation, mental and emotional anguish, and injury to her health, and her children who were born to the marriage have been deprived of a 2-parent household with the love and affection from their mother and father and the financial stability that it brings. Akira says Brenay's malicious and unlawful conduct has destroyed her happiness and her home. And so Akira is suing her, and she has 2 causes of action. The first is for criminal conversation, which although is worded really weird, it really means adultery or sleeping with somebody else's spouse. And then the second cause of action is for alienation of affection, which basically goes off the premise that when you're married, you have a right to certain love and affection from your spouse. And so when a third person interferes or diverts that affection that you have a right to, you can sue them. In North Carolina, at least. Akira mentions repeatedly in her lawsuit that her marriage was a happy, devoted, and faithful one, and Brenay's willful, malicious, and intentionally seductive actions caused their separation. And that's why she's suing. Now, just to be clear, you can't sue for this in every state, but you can in North Carolina. So I guess we'll see what happens with this one. Have y'all heard about this? Because I was new to it. TikTok be messy.
Cousins, welcome back to my channel. Make sure you like and comment. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. As you can see from the clip, we got to get into Barney, Bermuda, whatever you want to call her, the side chick, the trifling HOE, Miss Brenay Kennard, Mayo, Montague herself. Okay. Now, this has been something we've talked about before on this channel, and we got to get into it again because we have so many updates. I've been watching Black Goddess nail Brenay to the cross, baby, and I am here for it all because I don't understand how anybody can support this woman knowing what she's done. And I don't care about anybody saying, oh, you should mind your business. Oh, everybody does bad things. Nobody is over here sleeping with their friends' men. And I don't want to hear, oh, they were not friends. She was in her home. She was around her children. Let's cut the BS. Okay. Anybody out here defending Barney, you are just like her. Hide your man. Okay. Make sure you guys are hiding your man. Look at all these women in the comments on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook. And if they are defending her, they are one of a kind. Okay. Let's get into this. So the first clip was just to let everybody who didn't know about what happened before months ago when the story broke out, just to explain what happened. Now, the court case has been going on for some time now. And as I said before, I've been following Black Goddess. She's been keeping us up to date on what is going on. And honestly, if you've never been through a divorce, you would not know that a lot of states have alienation of affection where you can sue the side chick. So make sure that you do check to see your state if you are going through this situation, and do the same thing. Get your money's worth. Cry in a Porsche, okay? Cry in a new home, okay? Cry in a new car, all right? Like, it's the days of crying and leaving with nothing is over. And it doesn't matter if she don't have nothing, baby. She gonna have to pay up regardless. And it seems like Brenay thinks that the court stuff is a joke. She's not responding to any of the documents. And I have some clips from Black Goddess's live just so we could get into that. Let's go.
Because she admitted this one. She admitted that she indicated she was having marital problems and began to stay in the home of Akira and Tim. Y'all, she said she had no knowledge. She has no knowledge. That was her response. That she had no knowledge. That she indicated that she was having marital problems and began to stay in the home of Tim and Akira. That's what she said, right?
And let's talk about the time where I was there for a whole week at their crib.
Does that refresh in your memory, Brenay? Does that refresh in your memory? Because she said she left and went and stayed over there because Devon had booked up on her.
And let's talk about the time where I was there for a whole week at their crib.
Should I play it again? I ain't no private investigator. I just told y'all. I told her I'm just dealing with what you put on the internet. I never came to her saying nothing. Everything that I'm saying, y'all, I kid you not, I have not added or taken away. I'm just dealing with what she has literally put before the public's eye. But she said she had no knowledge. That what her response was. She said she had no knowledge. Play it again. I play it one more again.
And let's talk about the time where I was there for a whole week at
I got to clear out my mind. I can't mod nobody. I got to go through and clear it out. Did he buy her something? Oh, the teddy bear, was it? Cause you mean to tell me you done bought this girl something, baby, and you ain't bought nothing for your kids? Allegedly. He ain't buy that cat. That was a stray cat. Oh no, baby. Them ties. I heard somebody sent me a video, and she said that she found that through insurance. He's suing for custody of the cats. That's great. He got her a ring. Miss Robin, if you were still on the live, baby, they said he bought her a ring. Okay, so now it's talking about, and I'm not gonna read through all of this because it's just asking him to provide any business that he's on, any business that had a greater interest than 5% in the past 5 years. Specify the amount of cash in excess of $1,000 in his possession or under his control currently and as of date of separation. To disclose any money like 401ks, any beneficiary benefits, or if he's all of that, IRA, retirement account, any annuity of life insurance policy, like they want to know all of that. It say list each and every individual who you believe has relevant information of the marital issues, allegation, and defense in this case. And of these individuals will specify when you intend to call, who you intend to call as a witness in the trial of this matter. For each witness, provide the name and address, telephone number, email address, and describe the subject matter in which the witness is expected to testify. This excluding privileged communication, identify the names and contact information, including physical address and all of that of such persons. It say identify any and all of your social media accounts, your names and email address. List each and every medical provider from whom you have sought. Now hold up, y'all, cause this one right here got me wanting to ask questions. It say it now. It didn't ask Brenay that, but it asked him this specific question. Now, this can be one or two things, in my opinion. Now, don't quote me on it, but it can mean one or two things because, like I said, these questions are too specific in detail, and it's tailored specifically to each individual. It say list each and every medical provider from whom he have sought treatment of any kind, who has provided treatment to him in the past 5 years. State the medical provider's address, phone number, email address, the conditions for which you were treated, and the treatment prescribed. So, is this something because he was playing football and got hurt and received some type of treatment? Or is this alluding to maybe there was an STD involved? If there was an STD involved of some sort and he had to go to the doctor to get, cleared up. So, like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, why is they wanting to know where he sought treatment of any kind? See, I said first, because he played football, if he had gotten hurt or something of that nature, or if there was indeed, like, Akira may have caught an STD and it was given to her by him. Like, are they alluding to that? Like, what is this alluding to? So I don't know, but it's interesting that they will want to know each and every medical provider from whom he have sought treatment of any kind. Because they saying any kind, so that means anything and everything. It could be a headache, they wants to know. It could be a toothache, they wants to know. It can be a earache, they wants to know. It can be he stumped his toe and had to get that mud clipped off, they want to know. But why? Not only do they want to know the name, they want to know why you went and what was prescribed. What? Now, I could be wrong. Is that something they normally do inside of these court hearings? Because this is the first time that I've actually went through a court case of this nature. But Brenay questioned and asked that. Brenay set of questions, then ask this specific question. Number 38. It says, state in detail your response to Akira upon receiving the cease and desist letters from your attorney. Oh, from Attorney Jones. State how many times you have listened. It didn't ask him, did he lie? It asked him, state how many times you have lied to Akira about not being able to keep the children and the reason for each time. State how many times you call and video chat the minor children on the phone throughout the week. And then it tells him to identify who has knowledge of the facts of the events of the pleadings of any answers of these interrogatories or who may testify at any proceeding in this matter, and he have to provide all the information and details. Well, we got more questions, y'all. Request for production of documents. It says they want copies of all lease and rental agreements related to his current residence, copies of any and all diaries, calendars, date books, whether stored electronically or on paper form, that you have used to document any matters related to the minor children and Akira. God dang it. A legible copy of each medical, dental record, or counseling record for the minor children, to include but not limited to pediatricians, emergency room specialists, counselors, therapists, psychologists, and psychiatrists. Copies of all email, text messages, and any other written forms of communication between you and other persons concerning Akira and the children since January the 1st, 2023, and the date that you respond to this request. Any and all documents reflective of your work schedule. Photographs of the outside of your current residence and each room inside of your current residence. So this right here could be as far as the residence and the information. And I'm gonna say this because when we was staying in our apartment right before I moved out, and I had the VA to start paying the rent, right? And so he had to take pictures of each bedroom that we had. The bedroom had to most definitely show that there was a child living there, which was my child. That was the requirement. So I don't know if that's what they trying to see, if the rooms even set up where the minor children have a place to stay, or I mean not to stay but sleep, and if there's proper, bedding and space for a girl and a boy. So it could be that the reason why they asking him to provide details. That's all I can think of. It say, please produce any and all documents, including account statements for all checking accounts, saving accounts, certificates of deposits, all the stuff that they ask for Brenay, even if they have been closed from January the 1st, 2023 up until the date of the response. And today is the 22nd, and he have yet to respond. Lord Jesus, it's going to be 2 years of information. Copies of your federal and state income tax return for 2022 to 2023. Copies of all pay stubs and or documentation evidencing any and all income from all source to include but not limited to Social Security, any type of property income, disability, retirements, employment, any gifts from January the 1st, 2023 to present date. A copy of the monthly statements of all mobile payments accounts, such as Cash App, Square, Venmo, PayPal, and Zelle, in your name from January 1st, 2023 until the present date. Any and all documentation that reflect any and all monies paid for caregivers of the minor children while the minor children are in your care, whether payments were made by you or are on your behalf by a third party. So when they went to the pumpkin patch, I hope they kept them receipts. When she bought them little nails and all that candy and stuff, like she posting all this stuff, baby, they want receipts of all of that. Everything that he does while those kids are in his care, baby, they want documentation. And I mean, it's a good thing. When you look at it, it's a good thing. Because if he doing what he's supposed to do, baby, get the receipts. Because ain't nothing like having the receipts. It's when you don't have the receipts that there's an issue. It says any other document referred to, relied on, and related to any of your response to Akira's first set of interrogatory and has not otherwise been produced herein. Please provide a copy of the cease and desist letter that was sent to you by Attorney Jones. So I hope he didn't throw that in the trash, baby, because she said, please, please, please provide. And this is where he was subpoenaed.
What's the name, Brenay?
And he gave him a copy of all the things that he is supposed to produce as far as document wise. Y'all open up the comment section. Hey y'all.
Cousins, I see a lot of people saying that nobody's holding Tim accountable. Why is Akira only going after Brenay and she's not going after her husband? She is going after both of them. As you can see, she is suing both of them. A divorce is basically suing as well. It's just a different type of case. But Brenay is not the only one in the hot seat. And the fact that Brenay nor Tim has been responding to what the court is asking says a lot. It's either they want to bleed her pockets dry because he's not taking care of her kids, according to Akira. He's no longer helping her with the kids. So it seems like he's trying to make sure that she doesn't have enough funds to continue to pay for her lawyer, and eventually she will give up the case. But the TikTok family is ready to ride. Okay. They were talking about making a GoFundMe for her, even though she says she doesn't want it. But I just don't understand why they get online and they try to antagonize her and they just show off this relationship. Nobody would have known this was going on if Brenay did not come on here and tell us herself that she is divorced, quote unquote, and then turn around and talk about Tim and then start showing him everywhere. That's when people started digging and started being curious as to what is really going on with this situation. The fact that the questions are so specific, they're so specific, it just lets me know that they have proof. They definitely have proof, because Akira already said in the court documents, as you can see, she already said that she has video of them doing something in January, which in January, we have proof from Brenay's TikTok. And if you go to the beginning of this video, I put the date on the picture when she was in their home. Akira said that she has video of them in her bed. So, and the fact that you would do this in her home, where she lay her head, where her kids were raised, where they created their family, is sick. You were smiling in her face, sick. You were around her children, sick. I just feel like for me, if my friend like you, you're off limits. If my friend talk to you, you're off limits. If my friend of a friend knows you, I don't even want you. Like, it's just certain people that I feel like once they're with somebody that I know, it's just a no for me. Like, I just don't understand morals. And then Brenay get online with this whole Christianity thing. And that's one thing I don't like about most Christians, is that some of y'all would only use Christianity when it benefits you. You weren't thinking about Christianity or being a Christian when you were committing adultery. Both of you are still married. And I don't want to hear, oh, married people do it all the time. That it doesn't make it right. Just because you're married to somebody or you're quote unquote going through a divorce, baby, let that door close first before you open another one. And the same thing he's going to do with Akira. Brenay, you thought he was going to do it better with you? Baby, the same way you get him is how you lose him. Unpack your thoughts in the comments. How do you guys feel about this? Would you sue the side chick? Do you think Akira has a case here? If you guys remember, a few years ago, Fantasia Barrino and her current husband, the same thing happened with them and his ex-wife, and Fantasia had to pay her a lot of money. So I really do feel like Akira has a strong case, and they know that. And the fact that they no longer care, they're posting, well, Brenay is posting Tim all over her TikTok now, when before she used to only hear his voice, or she would act like he wasn't even around. We know they're living together. And it's just sad. It's very sad. And now she's saying she's trying to get pregnant. And it's like, he's still married. You're still married. Why not handle that situation first before you open another one? That's all I'm saying. And you could have kept this offline. Yes, TikTok is where she makes her money, but she did not have to come and tell us. So now we're in your business. That's just what it is. Unpack your thoughts in the comments. Let me know how you guys feel about this. I have more lives and more updates on the court dates from Black Goddess. If you want to know more about the court documents, Black Goddess on her TikTok, baby, she is spilling it all, and I am here for it. I hope everybody stay on Barney's neck. I hope Barney don't get a chance to come up and breathe, because you don't cry, you don't make your bed and build your home on another woman's tears. You don't do that. That you don't do that. You will never prosper. And I don't want to hear all them damn gospel songs she got to play in her TikTok. I don't even watch Barney. I only see the clips from other people who's clowning her on TikTok, and I'm not going to give Barney no view of mine, okay? Because that's how she make her money. And in this video, compared to my last video, I did not use her videos because she tried to copyright my video last time, and baby, I had to fight that, because you ain't getting no money from me when I did all the work. Hell no. But anyway, unpack your thoughts in the comments. Let me know how you guys feel about this. Do you think that we're going too hard on Barney? Do you think we should let up and let her breathe? How do you feel about Akira? First of all, baby, Akira is looking good, okay? Devon, woo-wee! I know Brenay is mad, because when Devon was with Brenay, baby, he was okay. Oh, he was okay. Now he is fine, okay? And I know Brenay feels some type of way. You have to, because how you leave Devon for Tim. Like, it's not clicking for me. But then again, it's not always about looks. And I just feel like, okay, if you guys wanted to be together, you guys should have just finished your divorces, finish your situations. You did not have to do it in her home. You did not have to manipulate, lie, and do all the things you did to her. And just the way that Brenay is just nasty with her attitude, she will never prosper until she fixes what's inside. And the fact that Tim was also with Brenay's twin sister Corinne is just very nasty. Their entire family, it seems like they do not have any morals. The mom got on TikTok and was talking all that smack, and it just doesn't make sense to me as to why they find all these excuses in the book as to what they're doing is right. It's still wrong. If your sister was with him, your friend was with him, and you still was with him, and she keeps bringing up, oh, I was with him when I was 14. I was his first. The first. You wasn't the first to have his kids. You wasn't the first to marry him. Whoop-de-doo. If y'all was together when you was 14 and 15 and he ain't want you, he went to your sister, baby, why would you double back? And then you double back twice. Like, it's not making sense. The comprehension is just not there. And I feel like with Brenay, nobody's upstairs. Okay, the lights are off. Ain't nobody home. It's something going on in her brain. I don't understand it. Unpack your thoughts in the comments. Let me know how you guys feel about this. Bye.
You listen. I'm gonna put names because it got defendant. Defendant is Brenay. Plaintiff is Akira. Plaintiff husband is Tim. Your husband is Devon. Okay. State whether you or Devon was aware of your romantic relationship with Tim. State whether or not your separation from Devon has anything to do with the affair between you and Akira's husband, Tim. Indicate whether you form a relationship with Akira and Akira's family, including Akira's minor children. State whether you develop a relationship with Akira's husband's family. What? It want to know, did she develop a relationship? But you know what she gonna say? She gonna say, Your Honor, I've been knowing him for 11 years. Yes, right. 11 years. He knows my family knows his family. Yes, 11 years. I know y'all. We gonna come in, okay? State whether it is safe to say that Akira treated you like family. State whether or not you are aware that Akira's husband, Tim, refused to get his children for Mother's Day weekend, then proceeded to go on a date with you. Indicate if you are aware that Akira has requested you have no contact with her children. State whether or not you honor Akira's request of not having contact with her children. Explain why you continually addressed the plaintiff when you are live on your social media account. Explain why you continually address Akira when you are live on your social media account. State whether or not you are aware that Akira and her minor children have been threatened and harassed due to your social media exposure. State if you are concerned about any harm that could come to Akira and her children. State whether Akira's husband, Tim, has ever had keys to your home. State whether Akira's husband has ever had a garage opener to your home. What? State each and every business is owned by you or in which you have had an interest greater than 5% in the past 5 years, including the nature of such interest, annual gross income that you currently receive from any existing businesses, its current market value, and its value as the date of separation. If the business is no longer in existence, state the date of termination. If the business has been sold, identify the purchaser, and terms of sales, including the sales value. Specify the amount of any cash in excess of $1,000 in your possession or under your control currently and as of the date of December 2023. To the extent not already disclosed, identify each change of account, change of beneficiary, and or transfer of funds of $1,000 or more made by you in the past 5 years. This request includes, but is not limited to, change of beneficiary on any 401k, IRA, or other retirement account, and any annuity of life insurance policy and or the transfer of funds from any banking, retirement, investment, stocks, and annuity account to another banking, retirement, investment, stock, or annuity account. List each and every individual who you believe has relevant information of the material issues, allegations, and defense in this case, and of these individuals. Specify which you intend to call as a witness in the trial of this matter. For each witness, provide the name, address, telephone number, and email address, and describe the subject matter in which the witness is expected to testify. Excluding privileged communications. Identify the names and contact information, including physical address, mailing address, mobile, home, and work telephone numbers of any person with whom you have discussed any aspect of this lawsuit, and state with particularity what information you discuss with such persons. List any forms of financial assistance that you receive, including any benefits from the government, family members, friends, and etc. Y'all, give me time, y'all, because it's a lot to read. It's 50 questions. It's 50, y'all. Oh, Jesus, bear with me. Plus some more. Okay, y'all. Oh, Lord have mercy. It asks her to state her full name, any other names or nicknames that you are known by or have been known by in the past, your address and telephone number, date of birth, and social security number. Thank you, love. State your official jobs and job titles for the record. State how much money you have received from your jobs and detail the source from which they come. Hourly pay, brand deals, endorsements, and commissions. Y'all know she talk about how she installed those wigs and she make money off her wig. Somebody just say her wig was scrunchy, and she was talking about how she make money off them scrunchy wigs. They want how much money she make off that too. Okay. Identify with specific any and all of your social media accounts, including but not limited to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So they want the Snapchat, the TikTok, the YouTube, anything that she is involved in which relates to social media, they want it. Include your corresponding username and email address. Oh, Lord Jesus. Please indicate your current marital status. If you are separated or divorced, please provide the dates of the events and any relevant documents. Explain the relationship between Akira's husband, Tim, and your husband, Devon, in detail. If related, please detail the relation. Now, this is going to be something because she got video footage saying Doodoo Head and Devon were cousins. And then when all of this started transpiring, she stopped. They're not cousins. So I want to know if the court's going to ask her, why did you say that they were cousins? Not only that, there video footage at the parade where she said she was referring to Akira's children as Devon's cousins. This is why y'all don't like me. It's okay. I remember we got that on video too. Okay. All right. State in detail your relationship with plaintiff. They want to know her relationship with Akira. Identify whether you and Akira developed a friendship that included confiding in each other about your marriages. State whether you had any knowledge of Akira's husband, Tim. Y'all, they want to know if she knew if Tim had cheated on Akira with other women. They want to know. Now, if you all been really paying attention to Brenay's videos and things of that nature, y'all remember the video where she said, how I ruined a marriage. Clearly something was already up or something was already going on with their marriage. And then she said, you all have been separated before. Tim said, yep, this, that, and that. And then, thank you, love. Then she said, was insinuating that he had been with other women. So this question want her to testify whether she had knowledge of Tim, if Tim had previously cheated on Akira. State whether or not you have attended holiday gatherings with Akira's family. State whether Akira allowed you to do videos for social media in the marital home she shared with her family. State the name of those who were involved in making and participating in the videos made for social media posters. State whether you did more videos alone with Tim more than you did with Akira and your own husband, Devon. State in detail your relationship with Tim. State whether you know Akira to be married to Tim Montague. State whether you know Tim Montague to be married to Akira. State whether you know Akira and Tim to have shared a home together, marital home. State whether you know Akira and Tim to have 2 biological children together. State the name of those with whom you are. Y'all ready for this one? State the names of those with whom you are having or have had a romantic relationship in which you have engaged in nasty acts, such as included but not limited to intercourse and other nasty acts as defined by North Carolina General Statute 14-27.20 since January 1st of 2023. Y'all, they want to know who she been sleeping with since January the 1st of 2023. She has to give the names of everybody, if there is anybody other than Devon that she has been sleeping with since January. We in January 2024 going in 25, baby. So they wants to know from January 1st of last year if she been sleeping with anybody romantically or had engaged in any type of sexual acts with any other man other than her husband in January 1st, 2023. It state whether you and Tim ever had any intercourse while he was married to Akira before the separation on March 14th of this year. Hold up. They want to know if her and Tim ever did anything before March 14th of 2024. Hold up. It say if so. If your answer is yes, Brenay, Miss Robinetta say please provide the dates with the S, DATES, and locations with the S. Yeah. I need to drink some water. Extensions. Her lawyer is Mr. McDavid, Andre McDavid. She had plenty of time. They had given him 2 extensions. He had asked for extensions, then another extension. The courts allowed him 2 extensions, and they still have not. She have not responded to the date. Cartier was on her live, and people was asking her about the sanction, the motion of sanction for sanction. She like, huh, what? She acting like she don't know what's going on. Baby, I'm pretty sure that our communication of what's going on, I know for a fact you are notified.
Do y'all realize I had an opportunity to be with Tim a long time ago? I've known this man since I was 15 years old. 15, I'm 25. Don't y'all think if I wanted him, I would have had him before she even laid eyes on him? He been in my life. I was 15, bro. Y'all want a little bit of the tea? I was 15. No, really 14. 14 years old, but we dated officially 15. I've known him since I was 14 years old. Tell him on yourself. If I wanted Tim a long time ago, don't y'all think I would have had him before even she was something to him? Come on now, bro. Come on. Y'all not thinking logically. Y'all can think how y'all want to think and say what y'all